Welcome to the third week. Welcome to the third week of the Pantry Challenge hosted by Three Rivers Homestead. Whew, why does I get so tongue-tied when the camera comes on? Alright, so it is Sunday today. And it was also kind of a special day because my husband preached a sermon. So we ended up going to two churches. So we did our regular one. It's long, it's complicated. Just know that we left at 8:30 and we didn't get back till, no, we left at 8. Church starts at 8:30. We left at 8 and we didn't get back till 2:30 because of how our particular church works in our area. Complicated, not really relevant to this thing, but I bring it up to help you understand breakfast. So last night, in preparation for today, knowing that a bar or a bowl of cereal was not going to last us until 2:30, I made a batch of sweet potato muffins, which is basically pumpkin muffin recipe substitute with sweet potatoes. And then I add butterscotch chips to mine. It's something that my mom did as a kid, did for us as a kid. It's a special treat and it just is, it's amazing. So I made that for breakfast. We took some salami and cheese and kind of just nibbled that throughout today until we got home. So now it is dinner time. Sundays I have my two sisters. They moved up here in last October. They moved up to Indiana they just fell in love with this town, and at least I'm here, so that's kind of an added bonus for them. But every Sunday they come over for dinner, so I kind of make a bigger dinner for them. It's 5 o'clock. I got to get this in the oven. It's just been kind of one of those days where I am running late. So here is the plan. It's another recipe from my childhood, and what's funny about this is I actually didn't like this as a kid, but I've really been wanting to make it the last 6 months. So what this is, you're going to take chicken chests. I have 4 of them here. Yes, I say chicken chest. It's also a childhood thing. My mom said we should have respect for the chicken. So that's what we call them, or chicken bosoms. When I met my husband, that's what he called it. So there you go. So we're going to take this. You dip it in ranch, and I want to use this thing up. We've just decided we like homemade ranch, except for one kid. One stinker in our house is very pro store-bought ranch. She can buy her own. So we're going to dip this into ranch, and then you dip it into cornbread, and then you bake it. That's all there is to it. I'm going to mash this thing up to no end, and then I'm going to add a little bit extra garlic powder, because that's what my mom said to do. It's all about the mom today. We're going to mash that up, add a little bit extra garlic powder. You dip the chicken into the ranch, and then the ranch into the cornbread. You put it into a pan, you bake it. I got to figure out how long to bake it, and we're going to have that for dinner, along with some of this leftover salad I made a few nights ago. You can check last week's video for that. I found 2 things of scalloped potatoes. I do not think this will feed everyone. These are kind of small, so I might have to do another, I might have to find a recipe and just bite the bullet and make some scalloped potatoes. And then I've got 2 kind of random greens that I'm going to cook up and mix together and serve with it. So that's the plan. I'm going to get started, and I will check back later. If I could go back and talk to 30 minutes ago Shalise, I would tell her, oh, you know what? It's okay. Save that ranch. It's fine. It'll get used up. No problem. But do you know what you have, Shalise? You have all that buttermilk from the mobile food pantry. And you have a packet of ranch dressing in your pantry. So use the buttermilk, since it's going to go bad quickly. Use the buttermilk. Make your own ranch and do it that way. I was only thinking that's what I should have done. What's left of the scalloped potatoes, and the broccoli, and the green beans, and that salad, and that salad. What's left of the little chicken, and 1 whole chest. So we ate almost 3 chests, and all the other stuff. And we still have the best part to come. Alright, for lunch today, breakfast was eggs. For lunch, I took the chicken stir fry that we still have left. This will make lunch. I don't have all of my children here. Some are at work. And I just added a can of these green beans from the food pantry. And the rice is done. So we're just going to have this for lunch. And that was for breakfast. And here is Monday, January 23rd's meals. Let's start this week out well. And then for dinner this night, I just took out the Mississippi pot roast that I had in the freezer, put it on top of a green salad, and served it with the rest of that cabbage salad still needing to be used up. So for breakfast today, my daughter made some lemon poppy, let's see if I can do this, lemon blueberry puffins with the poppy seed dressing. And that's what's left. It's going good. For a treat this day, we made some snow ice cream. So, super simple, can of condensed milk and snow. Good morning. It is January 26th. And after a few days of taking a break from filming, this was really busy for us and not feeling too great. On top of that, I'm back at it. So, today I made a dozen eggs. All of them. A dozen eggs for breakfast. This generally feeds about sometimes 6 of us. It just kind of depends. I have one kid that kind of gags on eggs. But she had a protein shake. So yeah, here's what's for breakfast. And I'm going to have it with some coffee. Okay, for lunch today, I think I already mentioned today's Thursday. We're going to be eating these from the mobile food pantry. I have been saving these in case we would like lose power. I could cook this over our little propane stove that we have. But I have accumulated enough of this kind of thing. So today we're going to eat up these beef stew. I was actually going to kind of like dice some potatoes and then we can serve it over the potatoes. Or like tater tots. But there are potatoes enough in here, and I think just this alone is going to be plenty for those that actually want to eat. Like I said, we kind of all have this cough, cold stuff going on again. So not everybody wants to eat. My stomach is so mad at me for all the beef I've had lately. So I'm going to finish my egg roll in a bowl that I made last week. It probably should be finished up today. And I want it to go to waste. So that's what's for dinner. And I will see you that's what's for lunch, and I will see you at dinner. I just wanted to show like how much of this chili we ate. I opened 3 bags. Each bag supposedly had 3 servings each, so this would have been 9 servings. I probably could have just stuck with 1 bag easily because I had, excuse me, only about 3 kids that even had any, and they had pretty small bowls, so that was kind of a mistake on my part. So I'll put this in the fridge and we can have this as leftovers. Okay, I'm making a treat for the kids. I'm making homemade hot chocolate. I think I've done this like 2 times in my entire life. I don't know, but I used one of these. I've had for, well, quite a while. Not really, but a while enough. So I used a whole thing of this, and then there was probably a 1/4 cup left of this. I got this at my local health food store. They marked it down, so that was kind of cool. And then I have a mixture here of the heavy whipping cream that we got from the mobile food pantry that I never did the butter with, and water and just some regular almond milk. And so, oh, and a cup of sugar. No, like 3/4 a cup of sugar. And it's very chocolate rich, and it's hot and delicious, and I'm just going to serve this up. It's a snowy day, and the kids just came in from sledding, so this will be nice to kind of warm everybody up with. And here's dinner. I tried making a recipe I've seen my friend make before. It's like a 30 garlic chicken recipe, but I kept getting interrupted, so this is totally adapted from what she did. I made the chicken. Chicken tastes really good, but I didn't get the potatoes in here. I just kept getting interrupted. So, We just baked the potatoes on the side, and in the chicken broth and stuff, I took the chicken out once it was cooked, and then I put a package of asparagus in here, cooked it in the leftover chicken juice, and here is dinner. It looks pink, like it's not done, but it is the tendons, or whatever it's called, in this chicken. So, it's cooked. I checked it with the meat thermometer, but there's like these little blood vessels that are in it. So anyway, that's what's for dinner tonight. Okay, so for lunch we are making spaghetti. Hubby's at work, he doesn't have to eat spaghetti. Woohoo! So we're gonna have spaghetti. And using up Food Pantry sauce. I have one open here because we made little pizzas the other night. So we have that. I have a Food Pantry onion, some Food Pantry garlic, and some Food Pantry mushrooms in here. I got the noodles all done. They're draining right now. I do not have any meat defrosted, so I went weird. And I have some beef hot dogs that I just cut up. And that's what we're going to do. I do have some pesto from the freezer. So I'm going to add this and kind of pick this up a little bit. I'll add a little bit of red wine vinegar to this. And I'm going to add more oregano. And it's sweet enough. I might even add a little bit of lime or lemon juice to kind of get it less sweet. We'll see. We'll see. Another thing I can do is just add like a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. So we'll see. We're going to get all this going, and I will share with you what it looks like when it's finished. Alright, so the spaghetti is done. I had a master chef here helping me get this sauce right. We ended up putting a little bit of hot sauce in it, and then that nailed it. That's exactly what it needed. Not everybody wants that. That's totally fine. But we also decided it did need some artichoke hearts. So here's lunch. Oh, and with some Parmesan cheese. Forgot about that. Alright. It is Friday night. And it is the 27th, I think. Yep. This is all I have to show you for dinner tonight. 3 of us went up to the big city for a catechism class, and in the spirit of being all fair and honest and all of that, we ate Taco Bell. And the other 2 kids went home with my sister, and they had some delicious stew that sounds amazing. And this is what I had prepared for everybody, but we just ran out of time to eat it. And I don't even know if my husband ate any of this. Looks like some of this has been eaten. This is cucumber. But I took the lunch leftover of the spaghetti, and I kind of like did this and was going to throw cheese on it. Again, I just ran out of time. Class was a little bit earlier than I thought it was going to be, and I just was not planned well. So the idea was to have the big spaghetti. I was going to do quick big spaghetti, and then like a side salad. My husband, I guess, found this today at a discount store. Looked pretty yummy, and he was going to put it on all this, but yeah, that's how we ended up today. So wrapping up today, and I will see you tomorrow. So I'm working on lunch and realized I did not film breakfast. We had company over this morning, so I'm behind on that. Alright, so for breakfast I made buttermilk waffles. I gotta clean these up, but yeah, I ended up making 2 batches, and they were all inhaled, so that's good. We had that with some Brussels sprouts and bacon, and here's a funny story about that. The kids would come up and they would see the waffles and they would see my Brussels sprouts and bacon, and they're like, "Oh, Mom, is this for breakfast too?" I'm like, "Yeah." So the first thing that they filled up wasn't the waffles, it was the Brussels sprouts and bacon. So that used up 2 bags of all those Brussels sprouts that we needed to use up, and a pound and a pound and a quarter of bacon. And that's this is just a pie pan that I have to make that. Now I'm working on lunch. Okay, so last night, just before I went to bed, I used that last of the chicken leg quarters I put them in the crock pot with a jar of, I put it with this, which I'm pretty sure I got this at Aldi. So I put this whole jar in the crock pot with the chicken and then just cooked it on low overnight. And then I deboned it all, and then it had all of this juice in here. So I'm making chicken tortilla soup for lunch. I got all that chicken done. I sent some chicken home with our company so that they could have lunch. So whatever's left is just going to go into this, and I will be back to share with you how it looks like at the end. Alright, well, lunch turned into dinner because nobody ate it for lunch. It was probably due to the fact that we had a very late breakfast. So, here is dinner. We added a can of corn from the food pantry to it, a can of diced Italian stewed tomatoes, a freezer bag of celery top greens, and yeah, I think I added a little bit more broth to it, and it does need a little bit more salt. So this is tortilla soup. You just take tortilla chips, add it to your soup, dollop it with sour cream, and I like it with some cilantro and green chilies. Now, my sisters are over, and I have a sister that's very allergic to mushrooms. So, I made some chicken nuggets from these little packets we got from the food pantry. I need to clean the sink out, but this is what's left, and that's for my other sisters. One's still at work, so. And that will be their lunch, and we used up some of that. And then for lunch on this Sunday, I made more of the chicken nuggets because they were such a hit. Okay, that's a wrap for week 4 of the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge video. I would have liked to have pulled some stuff out and share with you, like what I'm going to use this next week and all that. But we've had just a full weekend, and I am not prepared today. So it is Monday night, and I'm editing the video, and I'm like, I never closed out the video. So here I am, closing it out. There are all of the things that I made this week. The description box below will have any recipes that I can find and can link for you. And we're going to continue on. I'm already recording week 5, and we're just going to continue on. Things are just coming up that kind of surprised me, so I'm like, it's time to use what we can and just continue this on until who knows when, until I just get the call from the Lord that it's time to stop. So, thank you again for watching this video. If these are enjoyable for you, I ask that you give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you in the next.